Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Marissa and today we're talking about the 10 most profitable business ideas that you could be starting up in 2020. Now let me just preface this video with some of these businesses are really cool, more like solopreneur businesses where you would be doing something one-on-one, providing some type of one-on-one help for somebody, or this is like a bigger picture agency type business where there's a lot of moving parts, you might need to hire employees. So there's a little bit of everything, but I know you guys are going to like the ideas I have coming up in this video. So make sure you stay to the end of this video, and if you get any value at all, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. It helps us deliver value videos to you every single week. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so profitable business number one is a drone pilot. So you may be thinking, well, what do you mean by this? So many businesses out there need drone footages of their staff, themselves, their employees, their, maybe their real estate or commercial buildings, and drone footage is getting more and more popular to businesses that need different video marketing and advertisements for their commercials or their paid ads that they're running to their businesses. So what you can do as a drone pilot, well, first in the US at least, if you wanted to fly around commercially and not just for recreational use, you'll have to get your drone license. But after that, there's lots of people that I know that have drone businesses, doing marketing for other people, that they make anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000 per year on the side. And so they film things such as events, weddings, stuff for real estate agents, houses, people that are also involved in commercial real estate. So people that need videos of their apartment buildings and stuff like that, they are in really high demand. And so I just wanted to emphasize the point that not only do those types of businesses need drone footage, but also small solopreneurs like myself or smaller influencers who need drone footages and flyaway shots from them doing lifestyle stuff. So almost every place that I move to, because I'm a digital nomad, I look for somebody like a drone pilot who could work with me for an hour or two and give me the drone footage that they shoot of me so that I could use it for my branding. So definitely look into that business. It's lower upfront costs. I know it's not free, but you will obviously need to buy a drone and invest in getting your license and certificate. But after that, that's a pretty low startup cost that could be a big profitable business after you get those things achieved. The second profitable business that we're talking about here is charging electric scooters. Now I know what you're thinking. You're like, Marissa, you only get paid a couple bucks to charge a scooter. And I'm like, I know, don't worry. Let me tell you another way that you can go about it that will make you a whole lot more money. So the other day when I was visiting friends and family in Phoenix and Scottsdale, Arizona, I actually saw something very interesting that I thought I have to share with you. So there was a U-Haul truck that I saw and it was transporting a bunch of electric scooters. I'm like, that's interesting. So that person, what they did is every, so often, a couple of times a week, they rent a U-Haul truck and they actually collect all of these scooters, right? And so even though it's only a couple of bucks, I think depending on the company, you could earn between $5 to $10 a scooter. Don't quote me on that, but if you're collecting all of these scooters, you could make several $100s, even $1,000 in a night by collecting all of these scooters and charging them. But the thing that you do have to be careful with is that it is not your company. Obviously these scooters belong to a bigger company, but it is definitely a way, more of a side hustle. If you can do this and collect as many scooters as you can a few times a month or maybe a few times a week, you can definitely expect a big paycheck after you do so. All right, so the third business we're talking about here today is with YouTube. So I made an entire video recently about 6 side hustles that you can do with YouTube. So whether you're a YouTube creator or if you're on the other side of YouTube and helping out a YouTube channel. So I definitely would check out that video after this video. But essentially what I talked about was if you are a YouTube creator, first off, it's going to skyrocket sales and leads and whatever it is you want to grow within your own business that you have right now. But not only that, on the other side, if you're not a creator, there's a lot of of opportunity to help out YouTubers. So a lot of creators need YouTube channel managers. A lot of YouTubers need people to learn paid advertising and run YouTube ads. So there's a lot of ways to get paid with that. If you are thinking of starting any online business of any type, you must get on YouTube because it will help explode your business like crazy. And you don't need 1 million subscribers. You don't need, millions of views every single week. You can absolutely crush it and grow raging fans even with a small audience. Trust me, there's students that I coached last year that hit 6 figures and they only had at the time like 2,000 or something subscribers, which doesn't take much time at all to build. And so a lot of times people are like, well, I don't have a nice camera and I don't have all this fancy equipment. Trust me, I started with this iPhone right here. Well, an older version of the iPhone, of course, and something like this, just a little tiny tripod to record on my iPhone, and that is all you need. That is literally all you need nowadays, is a smartphone to start your YouTube channel and to start giving value on this platform. I do have several videos, as a matter of fact, an entire playlist on growing a YouTube channel from scratch, and I'll be doing an upcoming video, so again, make sure you're subscribed, but it does not take that much. If you have a smartphone and you have the capacity to post 4 times a month, that is something that is definitely incorporatable, then you could start a YouTube channel. And I just recently crossed, as a matter of fact, $9,900 in my Google AdSense revenue. So just from producing content on this platform, I have a passive income check of over $9,000 every single month. And so if you guys are interested in learning way more about YouTube, go ahead and check out my subscribers to sales blueprint, which walks you through everything step by step. That'll be the first link in the description of this video. All right, so the 4th profitable business that we're going to talk about today is meal prepping and healthy fast food. And so why is this so important? Because I find that I'm demanding this for myself in every single place that I move to. Again, because I move frequently to different cities, sometimes in the US, but majority of the time it's been outside the US. But what do I love to not do? Cook. I absolutely hate cooking. Like, I don't know why, but it's something that I just don't enjoy doing. Can I cook? Yeah, a little bit. I make my breakfast, but I prefer to not think about cooking the rest of the day. And that is where healthy fast food and meal prep companies come in, because I'm somebody who loves to keep track of what I eat. I like track my macros, so I track my protein, carbs, and the amount of fat that I eat every single day. And there's lots of meal prepping companies out there in bigger cities, but there's definitely a huge need for meal prepping companies in smaller cities. So definitely consider it if fitness and nutrition and obviously cooking and getting a team together that will help prepare the meals is something that interests you, because it is something that is in very high demand. People like myself need healthy food and food on the go and food that could be basically on demand, so they don't have to worry about cooking in the kitchen, washing dishes, worrying about what am I going to eat next, because that is all something that could be eliminated by a meal prepping company that you would start. And so the reason I do know that this is in really high demand is because, well, right now I'm actually in Medellin, Colombia, and there's really no meal prepping companies here. I think I found one, but they weren't really responsive at all. Their customer service sucked. But back when I was in Oxnard, California for the holidays, there was only like 1 meal prepping company out of Oxnard, California, which has a population of 400,000 people, not very big like LA. And so these suburb cities, they have a high demand for, these meal prep companies. The next profitable business that you can do in 2020 is to build sales funnels, or to become a sales funnel building agency, or even a solopreneur, however you want to do it. And so the idea is that you would prepare or build out sales funnels for different people, which is always going to be in demand. I mean, hands down. And in this video where I talk about where I'd start if I was broken online, I break down what exactly is a sales funnel, so you can check out the explanation if you're still unsure of what it is. Long story short, it's a way to convert visitors to leads and then to sales for a company. So for example, any online creator like myself, we have sales funnels so that we can capture leads, and that's so we can make money in our online businesses for selling digital products, physical products, whatever it is. And so there's many different sales funnel builders out there, and if you learn 1 or 2, or have the flexibility to learn whichever one somebody wants you to learn, you could make a lot of money for preparing these sales funnels for people. And it is not hard. It's not like learning programming or some difficult coding language. It's very user-friendly. Anyone can do it. I can do it, but I just don't have the time to do it. So that is why, in my business, I had to hire a sales funnel expert to help me with this job. And so eventually when you start out, you can do this work for small businesses or solopreneurs and, maybe get 5 clients, and maybe you're earning between $4,000 to $5,000 per month with those clients. And then your monthly service and rates will only go up from there after you continue to get good reviews and more clients. And you can charge for more, the more complex the funnels get. Maybe you're building upsells and downsells for people, which is, basically when someone buys a low ticket offer, let's say they buy a $7 ebook, an upsell would mean like, do you want to book a one-on-one coaching session with me? And so that is an upsell in the funnel, and that happens automatically. And so you would set that up. So you would learn something like ClickFunnels, you would learn a software like KARTRA, which are all sales funnel builders, and you would help out these businesses. All right, so coming in at number 6, the next profitable business is a chatbot expert. So most business owners, we're going with this example again with solopreneurs, influencers like myself, you can set up a messenger flow, I think it is, for them and learn how to do messenger marketing and set up chatbots within their Facebook fan pages. And so you would learn a system called ManyChat, which is actually free to get started, but for the creator, I think if they want to do the paid version of ManyChat, it's like $10 a month. But the point is you would set up messenger bot like funnels for them. It's called a flow. And so if somebody opts into their messenger sequence, then it takes them through a different series of automated things. It could lead them with a bot through an entire conversation, and it could take them to opt into a sales funnel. It gets really fun. I actually don't have this in my business right now because it takes a while to learn, but it's like sales funnels. It's not very complicated, but the reason why so many business owners and solopreneurs want messenger botting is because it is powerful. Because as opposed to email marketing, with messenger marketing, the open rate is like 70%. As opposed to email marketing, when you send out an email blast, if you're lucky, the open rate is around 20%. So if you learn how to create these messenger flows and sequences, for these businesses, they can pay you a lot of money. I know a guy, he has a YouTube channel all around messenger botting, and that's exactly what he does. He creates messenger flows and sequences for businesses, and it helps them sell their offers like crazy, and they therefore pay him a whole lot of money. He has a 6-figure business just doing messenger botting for other people. All right, so coming in at number 7 for the next profitable business in 2020 is a co-working space. So this is something I would actually love to do. So you would create a co-working space, which is a business model that is going to be in very high demand forever, for a long period of time, because more and more people are starting to work from home. Again, when I was in Scottsdale about a couple months ago, I went to this place, it was called Schmooze. And the coolest thing about Schmooze, besides its name, was it was like a co-working and a coffee shop and a restaurant all in one. However, people weren't loud and noisy, and there wasn't like babies crying like sometimes you get at a coffee shop or a Starbucks or whatever. But it was this like really amazing co-working space where people could come together, work silently, even collaborate, because they had like different sections where you could meet as a group. And I loved it. And so again, every time I travel, I look for a co-working space where I can go concentrate and also get out of the house, but also I want it to have fast Wi-Fi so that I can get my work done efficiently and upload big files to my team and stuff like that. And so again, I use the example of my hometown. When I was home for Christmas in Oxnard, California, there was only one co-working space in that whole entire city. I was like, seriously? I looked at the website and I'm like, I could do way better than this co-working. It looks so boring. And I'm like, man, their seats don't even look comfortable. That is a great business that is going to be in very high demand, is to start a co-working space. One last thing I wanted to mention about co-workings is that one of the best ones I've been to, if not the best, was back in Bali, Indonesia, when I was there, when I first started my digital nomad journey. And what I loved about this, it was a co-working called Dojo Bali. What I loved about it is they had events and they had meetups, and different activities that brought people close together. So it was like a big mastermind. So every single week they'd have meetups about different topics, and entrepreneurs and business owners would share their advice on different things. So it was really, really, really cool. So that's another thing that you can add to your co-working space, is an element that is different from the rest. All right, so coming in at number 8, this one's a little bit off the wall, but it works, and that is a posture corrector, right? Everyone, every day when we sit and work, we're like this, right? We're always slouching. And that sucks. I mean, that's not good for our long-term health. We need help correcting our posture all the time. And so I looked up, how many searches this is getting. It's getting 74,000 searches a month of a posture corrector. So this is in high demand. People working in the office, more people doing work at home and in an indoor environment. We need these posture correctors, and now is the perfect time to do them. And so if you haven't seen them, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's those little vibrator things you put in the middle of your upper back, and when you slouch, it vibrates and it's like, oh, I need to sit up. And so it constantly reminds you that you need to sit up straight and correct your posture. And so the cool thing about it is, if you were to start a business in this industry now, it could really take off the same way with the car sharing ride experience like Uber and Lyft. Now there's a ton of different companies and apps that provide the same type of service. And so if you were to jump in on it now and start a brand behind building the posture corrector product, it would be a really good idea while the product is still new to the industry and still booming. All right, so coming in at number 9 for most profitable business in 2020 is a paid advertising expert. And so I kind of alluded to it when I talked about YouTube, but if you can run paid ads for people, you are super valuable forever. I'm just gonna go out there and say forever. Business owners don't have the time to figure out paid advertising by themselves. It's confusing. It's like, what the hell? I don't have time for this. I have so many other things in the business to take care of. And so if you were to learn Google ads, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Bing ads, solo ads, any type of ads that exists out there, even like Twitter ads. Twitter ads is a thing. Then I'm sure before we know it, TikTok will have its own paid advertising. Right now there's not, but I think it eventually will be. And so if you were to become the expert and become really good at this, which doesn't take long, I guarantee if you try to learn this within 2 months of studying and doing it, you could learn it within 2 months, which is relatively a short amount of time. All right, so coming in at number 10 for the most profitable businesses of 2020 is bookkeeping and accounting. And not just any old bookkeeping. I know you guys probably have this image of, I don't know, some boring job where you're sitting behind a computer with a calculator. No, that's not what I mean. So with bookkeeping, it's something that all businesses and solopreneurs, everybody needs bookkeeping. Even non-business owners need bookkeeping. But if you were to start a bookkeeping company with a specific niche, that would be super, super helpful, because you're going to attract more clients and customers. The same thing with everything. Like if you're creating content on social media, everything applies. The more niche specific you are, the faster you will gain an audience and clients. So for example, I know a bookkeeping company, and they are specific to doing bookkeeping for online businesses. When I heard about this, I was like, oh my gosh, they just came down from the heavens and are just helping us so much, because this is exactly what I'm looking for, because there's so many other bookkeeping opportunities and things we can write off as online business owners that other brick and mortar businesses cannot do. And so take this idea and run with it. If you want to start a bookkeeping company for online businesses in particular, it's going to work. It's going to work. And minimum, this company charges $400 a month for bookkeeping, and they have a program that automatically categorizes everything for them. So the heavy lifting is done. They use this tool to do it. And so what they have to do is manually go back and double check, but it's a lot faster than doing it by hand, because they just have to go in and double check a few categories. But the point is, $400 a month, if you acquire a lot of clients and you can outsource a lot of tasks, hire people, it could be a very, very, very profitable business to do bookkeeping for entrepreneurs who have online businesses. All right, so if you're loving this video, let's keep the fun going. And I guarantee you're going to love this video that's coming up next. It's about 6 digital marketing tools that's going to save you hours of time and help you scale your business with ease. And that video starts right now. You can see what keywords are really helping him optimize his videos. So this means he is ranked #1 on the first page of YouTube for this keyword here.
I actually have a free webinar where you can steal my entire Asana system and save 10 hours per week.